Hi everyone, today I'm sharing a dal recipe with you. It is called Dal Brinzel, literally translated to dal with eggplant or aubergine. It's made with split peas that has been cooked, and then we are going to temper it with spices such as turmeric, curry leaves, and you can also use garam masala with it or masala powder, madras masala powder. This dish is often made as part of the Mauritian style madras meal that I shared earlier with you guys. So let's get to it. I have here my pressure cooker, and to this I am going to add 1 cup of split peas. I have soaked these split peas for a few hours. You can also soak it overnight if you have time. And then I've washed them and drained them now. So I'm adding it to my pressure cooker. Next, I'll add to this 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. And then what we are going to do is we are going to cover the dal with some water. I will say about 1.5 cups. We don't want to add too much water, otherwise the dal will become too runny. We will cover our pressure cooker now and then cook our dal for about 4 to 5 whistles until it's well done. So while my dal is cooking, I'm going to prepare my eggplant. First step would be to cut off the top, and then we are going to cut it into 2 lengthwise. So I'm using an eggplant here. You can use brinjals as well. That's what we use in Mauritius actually. We use brinjals, but it's hard to come by here, so I'm using eggplants. So the aim is for us to cut it in small pieces. We don't want them to be too small, otherwise when they cook they are going to melt in the dal. We still want to have bite-sized pieces like this. So because if you leave the eggplant out like this, it will oxidize and turn brown. What I'm doing here is I am going to place it in a bowl. So put it all nicely in a bowl, deep enough to cover it with water. And then I am going to first add some salt to this. And don't worry, because we are also going to add water, so it won't be very salty at the end of this. So next I am going to pour in some water all the way to the top. Then we are going to set this aside until we need it. So checking on my dal now, it has cooked for 4 whistles and I let it cool down for the pressure to go off by itself. And it looks nice and soft, so it's ready to be used now. Now we're going to take a pan and then place it on medium heat. Then add in 1 tablespoon of oil, followed by 1 sliced onion. So I am going to saute the onion for a little bit, and then I will add into this my eggplant. So I have drained the water out of it nicely, and then I'm going to add it at this stage as I want to cook my eggplants first and then add in my spices. So we'll saute this for about 5 to 8 minutes. So my eggplants have browned nicely. I'm now going to push them to the sides like this, and then I'll be adding about 6 curry leaves and 2 dried chillies that I've split into 2, followed by 1 big teaspoon of masala powder and 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Next I'm adding 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. So I've added this to the center and I am going to mix it in nicely with my eggplants now. So make sure that the eggplants are well coated. So I've let the spices fry for about 5 minutes in the oil, and now it's time to add my dal, followed by some water. So I'm adding here about 1 cup of water, and I am going to mix this now. Next step would be to season with some salt, and after that I am going to let the dal cook on low heat until the eggplant is done. You can choose to cover the dal if you want at this stage, or you can also put it back in the pressure cooker. If you put in the pressure cooker, it will be done after 1 whistle actually. Eggplants are cooked now, and I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of tamarind pulp. So what I've done is I've taken dried tamarind and soaked it in some water and removed all the seeds. So this is sort of the ingredient that uplifts this dish and gives it a nice tangy taste, and we usually add it towards the end. And that's it, my dal is ready. So you can take it off the heat now and garnish it with some chopped coriander and enjoy it with some rice. Thank you so much for watching.